Hi, girls and boys. It is time for Writer's Workshop. So, yesterday we did some labeling. That means that you wrote the names of something and you put it where it belonged so that you can see what it is. Well, in school, we do um, a lot of reading without actually even knowing it. So, today we are going to read a book called Harriet Reads Signs and More Signs. Okay? So, I want you to think this is a fiction book. It is pretend, clearly, because there's an elephant. Okay. Um, it's pretend, but there are signs all over. And some of you even showed me some signs in your home. Camila showed me a sign on her door. So that's really neat. So look at this. First of all, this book is just, it has so many things in it. It has patterns, I see, right here on the awning. Oh my goodness, so many things to notice. So I hope that you pause this later and take a look. We don't want to forget about those things, but right now our focus is looking at the words. We see words on the street signs, in stores, and even as kindergartners, maybe we're not quite word readers yet, but we can read things because we have experience. We know about them and we know what they're called. So this is called Harriet Reads Signs. Oh, there's shapes in this book too. It has everything. Harriet was going visiting. She followed the sign that said to town. She came to a sign that said, don't walk. Harriet waited. I wonder if you've seen a sign like that. And if you know about traffic lights, even though there are not words, those are signs. Red tells us to stop. Yellow tells us to slow down. And green tells us to go. Then the sign changed and it said, walk. Harriet crossed the street. Soon she saw another sign, detour, it said. Harriet went another way. Now we have road signs, and I'm guessing that you know what some of them are just because of the color and shape of them. Just ahead there were two signs, stop and railroad crossing. Harriet stopped and watched a train go by. So even if you're not sure of what these words say, when you are driving around, you probably notice them and know what they mean. This is something you can talk about with your family. She turned a corner and saw a sign that said bus stop, but Harriet was not going on the bus today. You might have a sign by your home that says bus stop. That's how you know where to wait for the bus. Here was a new sign, one way. All the cars went that way, and Harriet went that way too. Keep off the grass, said this sign in front of a big house. So Harriet stayed on the sidewalk. That's a sign I see often when I'm walking my dog. Usually it's saying, don't let your dog come on the grass. Then Harriet saw another sign, danger. Harriet went by very carefully. Harriet saw a place she knew. The sign said, what do you think? It said school, but it was Saturday. We don't go to school on Saturday, so Harriet skated on. The next sign said Main Street. Harriet knew that she was in the center of town. There's a Main Street where I live. Do you have a Main Street? Or is there a name, a different name for your street that is mainly in your city or town? St. Paul's a big city. I know University has a lot of things on it. When she saw signs that said open and bakery, Harriet went in and bought a cake. Oh, they're at the bakery. Boy, I love that shop. Then she saw another sign. It said U.S. Mail. Harriet mailed her letter. So you probably know that a mailbox like this is shaped like that, and it's usually blue, and it does say mail on it. Ice cream was the sign she read next. Harriet bought herself a treat. I also have an ice cream shop by my home. Do you? I know we have one close to Como Park. As she ate her ice cream, Harriet came to the end of her walk. There was her favorite sign. It said Grandma's house, and that was just where she was going. And that's the end. All right. Well, I made a slide today, but I don't think we need to use the slide. I can just talk to you about it. So, if we were in school, we would have an activity called Write the Room. And you would have maybe a clipboard and a piece of paper, or maybe a notebook. Now, if you went and got your home learning kit, like I think most of you did, you have a notebook in there. So here's my notebook. So you could use a notebook. Now, if we were in school, we would do something, like I said, called Write the Room. You would walk around with your notebook and you would walk up to something. Maybe someone put a label on the door and you would write the letters that you see. So if you saw a door and it had a label on it, then you would write door the best that you can. So basically, you're copying. I'm calling it transferring. You're transferring print from what you see somewhere onto paper. So you are practicing writing letters and you're also making words. But we're not at school, are we? So I want you to write your home. I'd like you now. When I record for you, I'm in my room, and the only thing that I have in my room that has words on it are books. I have school books for kids that I read to you, and I have books that I read myself for school to help learn. And then I also have books, over there, to read for enjoyment. So I could go around and I could write the words that I see there. But think about places in your home that might have other words. Think about places that we found a lot of shapes. We found a lot of our shapes in our kitchen, didn't we? I wonder, maybe, but you have to ask. So you will need to have an adult with you. But maybe you could open up your refrigerator and see labels on food, and you could write those in your notebook. Or maybe you have cabinets in your kitchen or places where you keep your food, and you could take out a can of soup and look at it and write soup and think about those sounds. Soup is S-O-U-P, soup. Oh, and do you see how I'm writing them like this? This is turning into a list. What else might I see? If I open the fridge, I know I would see milk. What do you think milk starts with? Milk. Okay, so this is what I want you to do today. I want you to go and I want you to write your home. I made a list of 5. I want you to write at least 5 words. Now remember, this is transferring. You can look and write exactly what you see. It's practicing you form your letters, and it's having you practice say them and make them. And maybe you can even think about the sounds. So have fun writing your home. Just do one space now because I might ask you to do that again, just as maybe an active learning activity for you. So have fun, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.